How can you start making money without having any money in your pocket? Is that even possible? Yes, it is, guys. And what I'm going to tell you now is a story about what my dad did and how my dad was able to make money and lots of hundreds of euros in one day. Okay. And you can do that too, but you don't have to do that with 100 euros or dollars or whatever. But if you are willing to start and making the decision to just jump out of that box, because thinking out of the box is here one thing that you have to do. Okay, so a little story about my dad. Well, me and my dad were alone from me being 2 years old. Okay, I don't have a mom. At least, of course, I have a mom, but she wasn't there. Okay, so I lived with my dad alone, and my dad didn't have any job because he had to take care of me. Okay, so he was just, well, being paid by, of course, the governance and all that. So he needed to do things outside of the box to pay for a lot of stuff that he wanted to do and also what I wanted to do when I was young. So to make a story very short is that if you are following me for a very long time, you already know that I was training horses and I was riding horses and I was training people how to train those horses and all that, giving lessons and everything. Well, it didn't start out like that because I started out as a young child going to the lessons to try to learn to ride horses. And well, in order to do that, you have to go to a school where you can just learn to ride horses, right? And it's not cheap, guys, okay? So my dad did everything he could to pay for those lessons once a week because it was hard enough to do that for every day. So once a week, I went to that riding school and my dad paid for that lesson that I wanted to ride horses, okay? And well, so what he did was he did a lot of things outside of the box, going out of the door and selling a lot of stuff. So I'm going to tell you a story about what he did one day and making hundreds of euros in one day by just being clever and thinking out of that box and thinking about what do people need. Okay, so write that down. What do people need? Because that is what you need in order to make money. So what he did was he was very clever. The first thing that he did was he went to the Weather Channel and he made sure that one day he wanted to go to the Sail Amsterdam. I don't know if you ever heard of that, but Sail Amsterdam is, well, I think once every couple of years, and that is that all incredible boats are shown and you can just watch them on the beach. You know, they are just there and you can watch them. It's really, really amazing. So if you don't know what it is, just type in Sail Amsterdam and then you will see what it is. Okay, guys. So, and he went there every couple of years and he wanted to go there again. But thinking out of the box as he did, because he had to make sure that I could stay riding that horse every week and could stay on going to school events and all that, you know, because everything costs money and he didn't have that. So the first thing he did was go to the Weather Channel and he made sure that he knew what the weather was on that day of Sail Amsterdam. And what he saw was it was going to rain. And he was so clever that the first thing that he did, he went to the store And with the last couple of money that he had, I don't know for sure because I was a little girl, okay, because I saw him do it because I was there. And what he did was he went out to the store and he bought a couple of hundred of plastic raincoats. Yes. And he just bagged them and he bought as much as he could, of course, with the money that he had. And he went out and went to the sale Amsterdam. And yes, that day it really, really rained. So what he did was he sold all those raincoats, and there was a couple of hundred of them. I don't know for sure what the amount was, but it was more than 200 coats. And you know, it's all these little packages, so he had just a couple of bags with him, and he just sold it because a lot of people didn't watch the weather, okay? And yeah, what he did was he sold those coats for $5 a piece, okay? So in euros, it's 5 euros, and in that time, it was 5 guilders a piece. But those coats, when he bought them, they were not $5 a piece, of course. They were much cheaper when he bought them in the store. So he made a lot of money per coat and a couple hundred of them. So he made really, really good money in one day selling those plastic raincoats to all these people that didn't have any umbrellas at that day. So that is the way, being clever, taking advantage of just an event, going there, knowing what the weather is, knowing that people are not prepared to watch the weather before they go somewhere, and he sold them out in 2 hours, guys. Okay, so you can imagine a couple of hundred of those coats times $5 or 5 euros or 5 guilders was really an amazing profit that he made, because these coats were in the store a couple of cents. Okay, so he bought them for a couple of cents and he sold them for $5 a piece. Okay, so just being clever is just thinking out of the box. That's the only thing you need to do. You need to know what do they need? Okay, so if somebody tries to write a book and they don't have a pencil to write that book, then you have to sell them that pen to write that book. Okay, you need to know what they need. So if you know that a lot of people are in need to make money online, you can do that. And you don't have to have really doing stuff like my dad did. Of course, you don't have to do that. Because if you're a stay-at-home mom or dad and you are trying to make it because you're trying to take care of your kids and you don't have any family left or anything and you're trying to make it, let's say you want to start in Palm Alliance with $100 that you don't have, then take a look in your house. Okay, take a look around. Do you have something that you're not using, and can you sell that? Okay, go to your closet. Go, what do you have to wear? Do you really need that stuff? Okay, well, then just keep it. But if you have something in your closet that you're not wearing anymore, and it's still really good to wear for somebody else, sell it. Okay, you can start making money by not having money in your pocket at all. But you have to be getting off your ass and do something. Okay, so thinking out of that box, what my dad did was really clever, and he did a lot of stuff like that. Okay, because he needed to pay for the trips that I had to go on my school, you know, the week out that the school is doing every year, or paying for my horse riding lessons that I wanted to do, and that was really expensive at that time. And he didn't have a job. Okay, he was alone with me and nobody was helping him, so he needed to think of stuff to do in order to get the stuff that I wanted to do in my early years And of course, also what he wanted to do was things that cost money. Okay, so he needed to make money in order to do that on top of what he got from the government. So yeah, is it possible? Yes, it is. And you can do that too. But you have to believe in that. You have to get off your ass and do the things that you need to do. So the first thing you need to know is, what do people need? And if you know what they need, you have to know where to get it. So make up the stuff that you need to get it from. So if you know that somebody needs something, let's say somebody is gardening, okay, they're a gardener and there's something that they need. Well, maybe you have it in your house and maybe you can sell it to them. Okay, you don't need it anymore, so maybe you can sell it to that person that really needs it for his garden. Okay, it's that simple, guys. Okay, I just wanted to show you here. You can see on my screen the associate, and if you're watching movies, then I would suggest watch this one. It's a really, really good movie. I'm not suggesting to do the same thing that she did, okay? But this is really somebody that is trying to go around everything outside of that box to get it done, okay? And that's why I'm showing you this picture. I love this movie. I love Whoopi Goldberg. She's really amazing. And I would suggest watch this. You also know the movie, what was that? Oh, I can't remember anymore. It's on my tongue and I can't say it. That's really, really horrible. But a lot of these kind of movies are like that. And that's why I'm showing you this one, because this is really showing you how to think outside of the box and how to do stuff. But don't do what she's doing, okay? I would never recommend you do what she's doing because it's the wrong way. But it tells you how to think outside of the box. And that's what I'm trying to teach you guys. So if you want to start in Palma Lines and you are following me in my videos and you are thinking about how is she doing all that, I didn't start out like this. I didn't have any sponsor that was helping me. I needed to do everything by myself because nobody was helping me. And a lot of people were against what I was doing. So there's another thing, very important. Don't listen to naysayers, okay? Do what you need to do to get it done. So if you want to make money online, then figure out how to do that, and you can. Don't listen to all these people saying you can't do that. Of course you can. I did. I am. So why can't you? I started out making money online just with $10, guys, okay? I started small, just like you did. And we all have to start somewhere. But you have to go outside of that box, guys, okay? Do that. Think that. Write it down. What do you want? What do you want to accomplish? What do people need? Why do you want to do this? Write it down. It can help you out in deciding if you want to do that, because this is not something for everyone, okay? Not everybody wants to do this. A lot of people are like, okay, you know what? I'm going to just work for a boss and I'm going to work 40 hours a week and that's the way I'm going to do it, and I'm happy and I'm making money by working for that boss, and that's it. That's fine. But if you are really thinking about making more money instead of working for a boss 40 hours a week, and you don't want to do that anymore, then you have to think outside of that box and think like my dad did, okay? This is just a golden tip to you guys. It's really simple to make money online. You don't have to be really clever, but my dad was clever. He could sell anybody anything, okay? And I was a young girl seeing him do this stuff, and I didn't realize. Of course not. I was too young to realize. I didn't know what he was doing. I was just happy that I could just ride the horses every week and that I could do stuff that normal people couldn't even pay for. Because he was doing that, thinking outside the box, okay? So, if you really want to do this, then you can. But you have to believe you can. Don't listen to anybody bringing you down. A lot of people was like, okay, Connie, what are you doing? And you're not going to make it. It's going to make you, you're going to lose money and blah, 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 all that. And I didn't care what they said. I was like, okay, I'm just going to try. I'm going to try. I'm not going to give up. That's what I did. I didn't give up. And the best thing I could do was make videos, show you guys how to do stuff. That is what people need. You need to think about that. What do people need? A lot of people are looking to make money online. So what do you have to do? 1 and 1 is 2, okay? Really simple. So go out there and do the stuff that you need to do, guys, because it is a really simple thing to do, but you have to get off your ass and do it. And not say you're doing it and you're not going to do it. No, just get off your ass and do it. Start somewhere. If you don't start, somebody else will, okay? Think about that. And otherwise, your boss is going to tell you, thank you for working for me and being my slave, because I'm paying you to do the job. If you're happy with that, then stay on doing what you're doing. If you're not happy with that, then do something. Okay? See you next time, guys. Bye.